I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, the Arakwal people of the Bundjalung Nation, and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. Are you ready to win at the game of life? Well, throw out that rulebook and get down to the business of being the best and most authentic version of you. Welcome to the Human Design Podcast. We're changing the rules around success, abundance, purpose, love, and life, where we're creating a planet where everyone can thrive in a world that loves and supports each other. I'm your host, Emma Dunwoody, a qualified master coach, human design expert, podcaster, and entrepreneur that is living the life of my dreams, breaking all the rules while doing it, making a huge impact, and living my design and manifesting miracles on the daily. Join me as I break down and simplify everything you need to live in alignment with your human design, teach you how to recondition your unconscious mind for greatness, and to take back your power so you can manifest your heaven on earth and serve the rest of the planet at the same time. It's time to give up the fear and step into your highest potential, to reach for the stars, to know and live your greatness. It's what you deserve, and it's what the planet really needs from you. So buckle up and enjoy the ride.
Okay, my business owners, people who want to start a business, anyone who wants to use human design in your business, do not hit the fast forward button. Emma will be with you in like 30 seconds, but until then, just hear me out. I want to share with you one of the best pieces of advice that we've ever received in running our own business, and that is to always be looking for ways to move people from a platform that you don't own to a platform that you do own. What does that mean? That means that moving people from your socials, podcast, anything like that, platforms that you don't own onto a platform that you do own, meaning your email list, is one of the most important strategies when you're running a business. And the way that Emma and I do that in this business is through the human design chart software that we have on our website that we get asked about every single day. And if you know anything, you know that we are obsessed with it, because not only has it brought in nearly 20,000 new leads into our business in less than 18 months, which is just absolutely insane. It also helps us communicate with our audience, build a community, nurture people, show them how much we love them, give them free resources, information, teach human design the way that we want to teach it, and direct them to other modalities that we're passionate about. This BodyGraph chart software is such an amazing tool that if you use human design in your business in any capacity, I cannot recommend it enough. If you're ready to get this on your website ASAP, and again, I couldn't recommend it more, just go to the link in the show notes and find the link for BodyGraph chart. And these people are amazing. Their customer service is amazing. And they have offered all of our listeners 50% off of the software for 12 months if you use the code Human Design Podcast, all together, all lowercase. So please go check that out. Please don't hesitate putting this on your website. It is a game changer. And again, it's moving people from platforms that you don't own to platforms that you do own so that you can grow your business, thrive, build a community, and serve them in a way that makes sense for you. So go do it. What are you waiting for? Enjoy this episode.
Hey, and welcome to today's episode. Now, this year, at least next year at this stage in HDX, we are going to be talking so much about purpose and abundance, because this thing that has driven me since I was tiny about really understanding my potential and my greatness is something that I feel is so desperately wanted out there. So we're going to focus a lot more on purpose and abundance again. We've been focusing on really simplifying human design. We're going to keep human design super simple for you peeps. Don't worry about that. And we're going to be focusing more on purpose and abundance, because ever since I was tiny, I've had this thing about really wanting to dive deep into my greatness. What is that? What's my potential? What is actually possible for me? Can I really manifest all of my dreams? Is there something very special and specific within me that needs to be brought out into the world as this purpose thing? These are all questions that have really driven me, along with, why do I do what I do? Why do I like what I like? Why do I not like what I not like? All the things that have kind of driven me to become who I am today. And honestly, as you guys might have worked out, I'm obsessed with purpose and abundance. These really are the things that I've invested the most time, energy, and money in. And this little line 3 has been experimenting for many years now. And I want to really bring everything that I've learned about purpose and abundance, about understanding manifestation, about consciously manifesting, and of course, human design and the gene keys and transformational human design. I want to teach you guys more and more of that. How does that sound? I'm hoping you just said great. So today what I want to do is I want to kick off, because as I said, in next year in HDX, we are going to have so many specific teachers that are going to add to everything that I'm teaching you on these topics in their own expertise. So we're going to go through all the series, all the sequences of the gene keys with Elijah. We've got Elizabeth talking all about wealth. We've got Heather talking all about spirituality. And then we've got Yvette talking all about marketing with human design. So these are all things that have been specifically chosen to amplify purpose and abundance and ultimately authenticity. Because what I know for sure is that this success that I've created, we have created, this team has created, is absolutely a result of my authentic success, meaning that I have really connected to who I am, honestly, authentically, and then I've had the courage to show up, messy at times, inconsistent at times, I fall down a bit. However, I've continued to turn up for myself. I've continued to turn up for the experiment, for this purpose, for this greatness that lies within me. And as I'm recording this, and I'm going to share a lot more on this soon, as I'm recording this, I'm sitting at this really pinnacle time in my life where, you know, I've talked a lot about wanting to make 7 figures. So we made our first million from 2020 to the end of 2021 over 2 years. And then in 2023, we've just hit $1 million again. We're just shy of it at this point, but we will tick over to the 7 figures by the end of this year. So one of the big things for me, and why I've kind of not dived super deep, is because I'm a line 3, I have to experiment with everything. I have to give it a go. I have to run the experiment. I have to get the results. I have to make the mistakes. I have to improve. And now I want to teach you guys how to get paid to be you. I want to teach you how to make money easily and effortlessly. I want to teach you how to be confident, and true confidence comes from this place of being authentically you. So that is the direction that the podcast is going to go in. That's the direction that HDX is going. And very tiny sneak peek, it's also going to be the direction that all of our in-person retreats and the mastermind are all going in next year. I'm super ready to launch all of this to the world and just be supported by some incredible experts in these areas as well. So today, almost in celebration as well as let's kick off at the beginning, what I want to do is I want to go through purpose by type. Now, those of you who have been around with me for a while, you will understand that I talk about this container of type, this container of purpose that is our type. In many cases, I'm very cautious of type memes. I think that type can really, in human design, back us into a corner and prevent our authenticity, prevent our greatness and our potential, because we get stuck with the mind in these memes or this knowledge that says, well, I can't do that because I'm a manifesting generator or a projector or a reflector. And a lot of my work is blowing that up. However, one of the really important areas I feel that we have to start with type, other than, of course, strategy, is really focusing on the container of our purpose, which is our type. All right. So today, in this episode, I'm just going to go through each type, the container of their purpose, and I'm just going to give you something simple to stop doing, something simple to start doing, and a little mantra that you can lean into to begin this journey of really aligning to your purpose. So go and grab a piece of paper and a pen, and if you're out walking the dog, then get your notes up on your phone, and let's dive in and have some fun together. Sound good? Good. All right, so we're going to start with manifestors. Now, manifestors are here to inspire people into action. It's so important
that you are authentically you and you allow this creative urge to run through you. And when it's running through you, in every possible moment that you actually can, you've got to drop everything and jump onto this creative urge and what you're wanting to do in that moment, wanting to learn in that moment, wanting to create, wanting to start, wanting to whatever in that moment. Because the container of your purpose is all about inspiring others into action, meaning that you need to be inspired into action, into starting something, into trailblazing something new, to going in a new direction, to being this powerful individual that really starts something new. Now, I really believe that if you're listening to this podcast, you are one of the people that have chosen to be here in this messy middle part of the old world and the new world. So a lot of what I want you to focus on is that when you're in alignment with your purpose, you are here to create a new world, or in human design, we might call that the new paradigm. So if you're a manifester, one of the really important things you need to stop doing when it comes to discovering your purpose, to being and doing your purpose, is you have to stop asking others what you should do or what your purpose is. Because at the end of the day, you're the ones that are here to initiate people into action. It's all about you. It's what you want to do, what your creative urge is sending you in the direction of. So you've got to stop asking others what you should do and what your purpose is. Now, what I want you to start doing is acting on anything that inspires you and turns on your creative drive. So sometimes that creative urge is going to happen when you are at work, in the office, massive list of things to do, and it'll feel like there's no time. You can't do that thing. What I would encourage you to do is just to take tiny moments where you can to do one thing, to do something, to read something, to write a note or a reminder. Act on that urge in some way, even if it's tiny, even if it's simple, just do it. Because the more you can lean into taking action and initiating when that creative urge is there, then the more you're going to be able to lean into your purpose. Okay, so I've given you a purpose mantra, manifestors, and it's this. I'm here to inspire others to live large, be authentic, and bravely forge new ways. Sound good? Yeah, I think it's pretty cool too. All right. Next, we're going to talk about generators. So generators, you are here to do the work that lights you up. You are a powerful and attractive being that is here to build the new world. This is the container of your purpose. So with that in mind, I want you to stop filling your days with work that isn't lighting you up and it's just exhausting yourself. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Super important to put those boundaries in place. Stop doing the work out of obligation. Now, what I want you to start doing is I want you to be starting to spend every day doing something that you love. I want you to cultivate your purpose with small steps. So, like the manifestors, I want you to practice the little things that light you up, those little moments of you might watch a video or someone might be speaking or you're reading something and you just get that spark of, whoop, that feels good. I've got energy for that. You want to write that down. You want to lean into it a little bit. Don't let the mind override, well, I have no time for that right now. I can't do that right now. I don't have the resources I need for that right now, because that's really not serving you in any way. So what I want you to do is I want you to lean in and I want you to take tiny little lit up steps and cultivate that purpose of yours, because then it's going to start to unfold in front of you with so much more ease and grace. So your purpose mantra, my generator friends, is when I'm lit up, I'm building the new world and all its beauty and potential. So the thing I want you to really practice is really knowing how important being lit up is, because you're building this new paradigm. You're creating this new world. You're putting out into the world the life force that is generating this new, even consciousness, okay? So make sure that even the smallest steps of being lit up every day are a priority on your list. Okay, manifesting generators. You're here, like your generator friends, to redefine work. Specifically for you, MGs, you want to break this whole work thing. You want to break it into pieces and remake it. And I know for me personally, that has been one of the greatest joys of my career is to not have to do things the way other people tell me to do it and be able to empower other people to work in this way. Manifesting generators are here to demonstrate human potential and non-linear living and working. This is so important. I think sometimes we think, well, the MGs are the only ones that get to have the non-linear life. Like, yes, the non-linear thing is a part of our purpose for sure. However, we're also demonstrating human potential. And what that means is that everyone can, maybe start with an advertising career, then move to becoming a coach, and then maybe they want to go into the wellness industry, or maybe they want to then go and get a job at a beautiful boutique, or they want to build a community. Like, this is potentially the new paradigm that we're building. So MGs out there, it's really important that you break the old rules and you remake and redefine the way we work. So my MG friends, stop trying to live like everyone else, okay? You are not here to live a life that looks anything like anybody else's. You are here to forge new ways of working. So the moment you're in response and you're lit up by something and you're like, what if I could actually do it this way? For me, one of the big moments that changed everything was in 2021 when we went around Australia in a caravan and I ran the business, and I had the kids and we did all these adventures, and I was like, wow, I really can work any way I want to. This year has been really similar to that as well. So MGs, it's your job to demonstrate to people, to the world, that this is possible, and that there are ways that everyone can do this. So stop trying to live like everyone else. And what I want you to start doing, as I said, I want you to start redefining work. I want you to break the old way and create the new way. And then support those people around you in your world, maybe in your work, to create their own definition of work, the work that lights them up, or the work that they're called to, or what inspires them, or where it feels really good for them, and help others create the work that is aligned to them. Let's just break all the rules, right? Okay, so MGs, your purpose mantra is, I'm demonstrating the incredible power of being human and the potential that exists in one person. Let's go and show everybody what is possible for each and every individual on planet Earth. All right, projectors. You guys see how others and the collective are using their energy, creating systems to improve the use of this energy. And most importantly, you're guiding them with your wisdom to build the new world. So if the manifestors are inspiring us into action and the generators and the MGs are building this new world, what the projectors are doing, you guys, what's so important about the container of your purpose is that you are here to nuance everything. Like if I'm, as an MG, running around breaking stuff and remaking stuff, and if the generators are like, I'm just really lit up about this, I'm going to build it, and we're all inspired by the by the manifestors, what are the projectors doing? Well, they're sitting and watching all the gaps, all the little pieces, seeing what's happening in the collective, saying, well, if we do less of this and more of that, what about if we go deeper here or wider there? So projectors, it's so important for you to understand that the container of your purpose is all about your ability to see the nuances and then to be recognized for the wisdom that's lying within you, okay? So what is really important for you to stop doing as a projector, and that is to try and get significance. Yes, you guys are on the planet to be seen and to be recognized and to be valued for your wisdom, but the more you try and force that on others, the less people will see you. So stop trying to get significance. Stop trying to force others to see you. Stop trying to get external validation, okay? Because you don't need it. You have to give yourself the validation. You have to pay attention to these gaps. You have to pay attention to the thing that you're obsessed by, because we need you focused on that, not focused on getting attention, because we want to give you the attention when you're really focused on this ability to improve systems or the nuances or see how energy is being used. So what I want you to start doing, my projector friends, is focus on what you see in the collective. Pay attention. What's going on in the world? What do you have that knowing or that intuition that needs your attention? What needs your guidance? Where are you really drawn to? What do you want to learn? What do you want to study? What do you want to go deeper on? Pay attention to these things, because these are going to be the ways that you can serve the collective and create great success for yourself and for others. And pay attention to what you're keen to learn about. What do you want to study? What are the things you think the world needs more of? The way you see the collective behaving. What do you think it needs less of? And understand that within you lies this powerful ability to create systems that make everything more efficient. And let's be honest, we are in a time that needs a lot more efficiency. And we're seeing that with things like AI at the moment. So your purpose mantra is, I see others' greatness and I guide them to embody it. Oh, how good is that, my projector friends? I think that's so cool. All right. Last but certainly not least are our beautiful reflectors. So reflectors, this container of your purpose, the being that you are, is all about reflecting back the truth of where we're really at as a collective, as a group, as a family, whoever those people are around you, and what the world can expect from our current energy. So one of your superpowers, reflectors, is that you do have this ability to feel into the future, okay? And you are seeing into the nuances of all the subtle energy of what's going on in the world, and you're reflecting that back. And what you can see is the potential of, well, if we keep going down this path, this is what is going to happen. So it's super important, like a large part of the container of your purpose is to be with the people and places that make you feel really good, that you're reflecting, amplifying and reflecting back great energy that is taking us to a future reality that you see, that you love, that you know it's coming from love. It's coming from a place of maybe equality. Of course, I'd use that word. Hello, my gate 37. A place of love and connection and support. And when you surround yourself with those people, you're reflecting back that, you're amplifying that energy. You're really helping us all guide in the correct, loving direction of this new paradigm. So the first thing as a reflector I want you to stop doing is I want you to stop believing all the bullshit about how delicate you are. You're really not. It's my experience that most of the reflectors I've come across are super powerful beings. And you dance with the subtle energy. So the more that you can dance with the subtle energy, meaning that the more you can feel into people, places, experiences, the more you can feel into your intuition, your knowing, your future visions, the more you can let go of being in environments that are maybe highly unresourcefully emotional, highly fear-based, highly, like a lot of EMF, anything that's standing in the way with your relationship with the subtle energy, you got to get rid of it. Because when you put all that aside, you start to realize how incredibly powerful you are. So I want you to start trusting your power and your ability to see what's going on now and into the future. Because when you lean into that and you trust the subtle energy and you trust the intuition and you trust the knowing and you trust the visions, then you are actually helping all of us amplify everything that's going to create this beautiful new world, this beautiful new paradigm. So, a large part of your purpose is the responsibility to surround yourself with the people that feel good in the environments that feel good, because that's something that you're going to help us see is great for the future. Okay. So as a reflector, your purpose mantra is, I am a powerful seer of the truth. I work with subtle energy and I shepherd others into the new world. How good's that? I love it. Okay, so that is a little overview of your purpose, the container of your purpose. Now, I'm just going to say, what do I mean about the container of your purpose? Well, everything below type is just a nuance that goes into that container. It's something more detailed, deeper, clearer, more unique to you. And they all go into that container. And ultimately, that is like the outfit that you go out into the world in, everything that we've talked about today. So that's it. Have you enjoyed today's episode? Yes? Well, if you have, can you please duck over to Spotify or Apple and go and leave the podcast a review? A 5-star review would be brilliant. So we can make sure that we can get this into as many ears as possible so that we can get human design out into the mainstream so we can change the world through creating more authentic success. All right. I trust you got what you wanted or got what you needed from today, and I look forward to having you on the next one. Bye for now. Thanks everyone for being here all the way to the end of the podcast. I hope you got lots of value out of it. I certainly had a lot of fun doing it. Could I please ask that you share this podcast with friends if you found it valuable? And also, bonus points, could you leave a review for me as well on Apple? It would be greatly appreciated. If at any point you would like to be on the podcast or you've got questions that you'd like me to discuss on the podcast, by all means get on my socials and DM me. Everything you need is there in the show notes. Have an awesome day. Bye for now.